Hey there, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. Today we are cooking barbecued lime chicken with tortillas. It will serve four. Here's what we need. So as well as this, we're also going to need either your barbecue or a char grill pan. I'm using a char grill pan. And you'll need a ceramic bowl because we're going to marinate the chicken for just a little while. You can give it longer if you've got time. And you'll also need something to put the salad in. So come on in. I'm going to talk you through these ingredients. So this was a little bit delayed because last week I had to go and do something. Today's a holiday, so it feels weird. I'm cooking on a Monday. So everything's all upside down. But anyway, I've got to get my cooking done today because there's more stuff going on through the week. All right. So first of all, we need 2 limes. With those limes, one of them you are going to zest, and then you're going to juice both of them. 2 garlic cloves crushed. Because mine have been in the bottom of the freezer, I've just chopped mine up. Probably going to have to chop them up a bit more or put them in the crusher now. They're defrosted. 1/3 cup of olive oil, from which we are going to need 1/4 cup. So I'm going to have to get a 1/4 cup out when I'm ready to use that. Still that bottle of olive oil. 4 chicken thigh fillets trimmed and halved. I've got them in there. They're defrosting, or defrosted, I hope, by now. 3 vine ripened tomatoes cut into thin wedges. They're the ones that are called truss tomatoes. There. 2 Lebanese cucumbers halved lengthways and then sliced. That's those ones. 1/2 a small red onion thinly sliced. Now, because I wouldn't end up using the rest of it, I ended up buying a red eschalot, which an eschalot is similar to an onion. They're a lot more expensive, so I've just used a very small red eschalot. So we're still going to get that same oniony vibe. Just don't have half an onion sitting around. 2 tablespoons of roughly chopped coriander leaves. I did my trick where I brought a new bunch of coriander, chopped it all up, got what I need. The rest of it's in a Ziploc bag in the bottom of the freezer with the date on it. So if I need chopped coriander for something I'm cooking, then I've got it ready to go. This one, unfortunately, I think I need it fresh, so it was just easier to do it this way. 4 flour tortillas. Now, I don't know which ones are the flour tortillas, so I've just gone with the soft white wraps. Probably the ones that you find in the Mexican section are the best ones. Didn't even bother to check to see if flour is one of the ingredients. Yeah, it's all good. It has got flour in it, so I've just got those ones. I wanted to try and buy less of them so I wouldn't have to use them up. But anyway, it is what it is. Olive oil cooking spray. I've still got my canola oil cooking spray. It's very nearly gone. 2 teaspoons of Mexican chili powder. Mine's just called Mexican seasoning. It's got chili in it, so it will do. Haven't measured that one yet. And 1 lime cut into wedges to serve. So you'll just cut that one into quarters. Beautiful. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so our first step is we are going to finally grate the rind from the 1 lime, which was what I mentioned in the intro. So you just get a zester and you just do it into a bowl or over a plate, and then you juice the 2 limes. We're going to combine the garlic, 2 tablespoons of the lime juice, and 1/4 cup of the oil in the ceramic dish. So I've just got to get 1/4 cup. Okay, so this is where we need our ceramic dish. I'm just going to move to the back what we don't need for now. So our lime is for later too, by the way. Don't forget that one. All right, so come on in. Come on in. Let's go. All right. Into here, we are adding the garlic. Now 2 tablespoons of the lime juice. I'm going to actually measure it out, even though it doesn't tell us. No, we do need to save 1 tablespoon of the lime juice. Never mind. I have read my recipe, but I haven't really. Okay. 2 tablespoons of lime juice. The good thing was they were quite juicy limes. Hooray. I do have the lime squeezy in the fridge anyway, but it's not the same. We are reserving the rind. Combined garlic, 2 tablespoons and 1/4 cup of the oil. It sounds so easy, but it's just going over my head today. All right, beautiful. In goes that 1/4 cup. We're going to add the chicken. So I'm going to give the chicken just a quick wash. And that's only because I had to put it in the freezer for a few days. Being because of a holiday, my butcher basically said to me, if you wait, you may not get your chicken. So I said, okay, well then in that case, don't make me wait. I'll just get it earlier. So I did. Apparently chicken thigh fillets are becoming quite popular. I mean, they're good for when you're cooking because you they don't dry out because they will keep a little bit of fat content in them. And our last one. Now, I did say to cut them in half, but we'll just deal with that part later. All right, so what we need to do now is we're just going to turn them to coat them. And then after that, we just want to put some salt and pepper on them as well. All right, so in you go. In you go. All right, let's get the salt and pepper to crank. Out. Let's go. Salt and pepper. All right. I have no nails, so I can't get the lid off the grinder. All right, you don't want too much salt, but I love a lot of pepper, so that's where I go different. Some people are a different way around. They prefer more salt than pepper. Beautiful. All right, now we're just going to pop that in the fridge for a little while, just until we're ready for it. Grab that bowl that I told you to get. Normally anything with onion, I like to use glass so it doesn't go into the plastic and you smell it forever. So into here, we want the tomatoes, the cucumber, and the onion. So we basically got just a salad going on there. And then we want to add the drizzle with remaining oil and 1 tablespoon of lime juice. Oh, coriander's going in there too, sorry. Whoops. I really don't read my recipes, do I? Okay. Drizzle with remaining olive oil. And it said 1 tablespoon of lime juice, but we're going to have some extra left over, so I think we're just going to put all of it in. That's actually really good. We just had extra juicy limes. I had about 2.5 tablespoons left over. Sweet. Good limes. Okay. Toss to combine. Now this is the beauty of having something with a lid on it, because that is exactly what I've just done. Beautiful. Now we can set that aside. Heat a barbecue plate or char grill on medium-high, add the chicken and cook for 5 to 6 minutes each side or until cooked through. So let's head on over and get on to that step. Okay, so we're getting this one here really hot. We're going to pop these in. So we're going to go that way down. Now you can't use the marinade that's left over, so my advice is to just try and use it up as much as you can, because it's got predominantly olive oil and garlic in it. Try and cook it over the chicken if you can, like that. Just going to put the garlic over the chicken as well. I'll just drizzle a little bit over it as we go, because we've got the olive oil in it anyway. Okay, so once that starts to heat up, we're going to put the timer on for 5 minutes and then we'll flip them over. Okay, so our buzzer went off, but we didn't hear it. So we're going to flip these over. Beautiful. Oh. We want to give them another 5 minutes on this side, but we've got to make sure they are cooked right through as well, of course. So now what we need to do is just check to see if the chicken is cooked through, because it's had quite a bit of time on each side, and I've kept the pan as hot as I could. You just want to make sure that it's not pink inside, but if you are warming them up later, keep assured that you are going to be still cooking them when you warm them up. So some parts look cooked, some look not quite, but your juices need to run clear when you stab them, is the correct terminology for it. And they are a nice golden colour as well. So I'm going to lift these out. We're going to wipe out the pan so that I can use it to do the tortillas. So to wipe out your pan, it is very hot. So your best thing is to have a garbage bin that's already got something in it that can absorb it. So like cat litter, or you've already got paper towel in there. Another way to do it is to put it into a jar, because you're not supposed to put oil of any sort down the sink. And that is what we're going to do. So I just need to give that one more final wipe. So paper towel is the best thing, because it does absorb it. Okay. And then we want to put it back on to a very low temperature, because what we are going to be cooking is the tortillas, where we only need them on for, so spray each side of the tortilla with the oil and then sprinkle with chili powder. So what I've done is I've sprayed the one side only. So I'm just going to do one at a time, flick them over. So we will need another plate for these. You want just a flip to flip these over. And I haven't turned the pan back on, but keep in mind that it should still be very hot, because the hot plate's just been turned off. I can hear it sizzling anyway. is just a way of toasting it. You can give it a little bit of heat. And probably like when you make pancakes, the last one's going to be the best one. Okay, that should do for the first one. We are cutting these into wedges before we serve it up, so it's just a fancy looking thing really, that's all. Okay. You should put the powder on both sides, but it's very hard to get the powder on both sides. So I just leave it as the way I've done it. Give it another flick over. All right, 2 more after these, and then we're nearly ready to get to the serving point. 1 more flick. All right, we'll leave that one at that too. In goes this one. That's it, push down on it. Flick it over. I can hear it trying to sizzle now. Should leave them about a minute each side over a low heat, and then this way they'll just lightly toast. These ones are okay. You don't really need these ones toasted. There are some brands where you do need them toasted because they taste better. So just check with what you buy before you race out and worry about how cooked they are. So the lime rind we had left over, we're just going to sprinkle it over the chicken just before we serve it. That will just give it extra lime flavouring. So if time permits, you can marinate that a bit longer. It doesn't really say how long to marinate it for. So with most things, when you marinate them, the longer you marinate them for, the better they're going to taste. But keep in mind, lime juice can actually start and cook things as well. So you don't want it in the lime juice for too long. That's why it doesn't tell you to marinate it for half an hour, or overnight like some things you do. So that's just something that's come into my mind, because I know a lot of times if you want to do a lot of Thai recipes, especially with the lime juice and the beef, the lime juice will actually help cook it, which is very good for if you don't have long to cook something. You can just use the lime juice. All right, I'm going to leave these tortillas at this. Lift them off. All right, let's just go over and I'll just talk you through how we went. Okay, so we have our lime chicken. We have our tortillas, which we're going to cut into quarters before we serve them so they look pretty. We're going to cut up our lime into wedges just to give us an extra bit of lime juice. And we have our salad. All right, so thank you for watching this episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. This has been barbecued lime chicken with tortillas. I will catch you on the next one.